Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It is approximately 1 hour and a half, almost 1 hour to the brand new start of Boys Planet, and I just realized I had so many predictions and I really wanted to do this video. So here are random predictions about Boys to Planet. First up, this is not really a prediction, it is literally what's going to happen and has been happening. I assume C trainees will be mistreated. That includes, but it's not limited to, having less opportunity to show themselves in the screen, having no screen time, and being evil edited whenever they merge the groups and they are in a group with Korean trainees. I assume most evil edits will be from the C trainees. Second prediction that I have is that a trainee will have to dance a song that Yumeki choreographed in the intro stage or when they're showing themselves off. And they're going to ask Yumeki, what did you think about it? How do you feel about this performance? And have that whole I go up helicopter or Hui crying after they sang Shine. So in that kind of vibe. And in the same kind of vibe, we're going to also have a trainee perform a Very Very song as their intro stage, and then ask the Very Very members, and specifically focus on Kangmin, what did they think about it? Because Mnet is shady like that. Another prediction that I have is that Sungwon will be P1 throughout most of the show, but will not rank P1 in the finals. I think he's going to drop down, mostly because his fans are going to be overly confident, and that happens every season. And because a couple of overlapping fans with Leo, and then maybe some fans will prioritize Leo because they know he's going to be in a harder spot. So I do think Sungwon will end up in like 4th, 5th place in the finale. I also think that Soo Jin-gyu and Jung Hyun-jun will be pushed as talented maknaes and will basically fight for the maknae role. I think Jin-gyu will be pushed more, but I think both of them are going to be very present. I believe that one between Leo and Sanghyun are going to have a Lee Da-woo happening to them. I think it will probably be Leo. I think Leo's screen time is going to be mostly positive in the beginning and mainly focused in his personality more than talents, but he's still going to gain a lot of fans from that, and then eventually they are going to have like a tiny evil edit of him and he is gonna fall dramatically. Because if you guys remember, like Lee Da-woo was really famous in the start because of his visuals, I think, and then he just fell off. I think this will happen to Leo. Choi Liu. Talking about them, I do think there will be an edit highlighting Liu's and Sanghyun's friendship during the show, pushing that extra hard. I think both will happen. Also, Rion will get a lot of screen time, which will kind of confuse people, but I'm pretty confident he will get a lot of screen time. I don't think that will help him debut, but I do think he will get pushed a bit. I'm also pretty certain that Dongyu will dramatically rise in ranks. I think he will be the one guy that in the end we're like, oh, we never saw him coming and stuff like that. He is tall, pretty, so whenever we have some highlight on him, he's gonna boop all the way up. I also believe that we will get more than 8 spots in the final debut line. And this is more of a hope because 8 is just too little. Maybe we have like 8 plus 1 PD pick, like in Island 2. From the debuted groups, I do think the Weep boys, I'm not sure this is how you pronounce them, so WHIB boys will get a lot of popularity as the show is aired. And I do think MC&D boys will be a bit forgotten in the first episodes as the priority will go to other debuted idols. I also believe that our C center Angsin will have a similar trajectory to Junghao, will be beloved both by international and K audiences too, so it will be like the one person apart from Sungwon where both international and the Korean people are like, okay, we agree on him. I also believe Jolin will be the best mentor in the show. I'm curious to see her feedback to people, but I think she will be pretty good. I also think that the mentor who does exaggerated faces for vocal cracks and who's like switches his ear, I forgot his name, but the mentor that has been there since Girls Planet will make an exaggerated face and that one face that he does for Yumeki, and it's going to be highlighted over and over again. I also think either one of the centers will get a hardship arc, like they failed, but they tried again and they got it right, and then they became centers and they're so good. I feel like they're gonna have to have this kind of quote-unquote underdog story so that they stick better with the public. I also believe we're going to have a versus, so a rivalry between both centers so that it boosts both of them up and it ends up in like friendship, something similar to that. I also believe Wake One trainees will be more pushed than last time, and because of that, we're going to have 2 Wake One or more in the debut line. I also do believe we're going to have Yumeki versus Sutingyu storyline after they show them being all cozy as a mentor and student. I believe they're going to have a rivalry, probably in the dance battle, but it could be in the second mission as well. It could be anywhere. But they're going to have a rivalry. They're going to be pit against each other. But I'm also pretty sure we're going to get a Yumeki loves his son, Sutingyu, in the beginning. I also believe that one of the ghosted trainees throughout the show will shade Mnet if they somehow survive until the rap mission. I believe that when they get the chance to go to M Countdown, whoever is in Sungwon's team will go to M Countdown. I also believe, talking about Sungwon, Lee Hyo will gain a lot of popularity despite being controversial, and he will make it to the top 8 once. I believe that Sowon will finish around 13th place, and it'll be like barely missing the group, and I'm gonna cry. They're gonna have a highlighted section for the Boy Story members and especially push Singlong, but not that much. It's gonna be like a low-key push. I think there will be a 08 in the final lineup, and there will be 3 03s in the final lineup. I do think Kangmin will be safe the entire show, but will drop out of the top 8 right in the finale. I also believe that Minjun will be really famous for no actual reason, except that he will be the one guy that is really untalented, but we all love to see. Like Takuto. In the first eliminations, Minjun is going to place unexpectedly high, and everyone is going to be a little bit baffled, but it's because he is fun to watch. If Sunghyun has talent to back his ongoing fame, he is a solid contender for P1. I believe Sowon will get little to no screen time this time around, which is why he's going to finish in like 13th, because he has a big fan base, but he will not be getting a lot of screen time. I believe K fans won't like Yumeki that much, and the global fans or international fans won't have him at number 1, which will cost his spot in the debut line. I also believe that any eliminated trainees will have a chance to come back through popular vote, because I feel like it doesn't make any sense. Maybe one popular trainee comes back, but I do believe at least one eliminated trainee will have a chance to come back through popular vote. I also believe that the final group will have a darker aura, or that's what they're aiming for, but will not necessarily be what they get. A trainee will have their visual compared to AI. So when he appears on screen, people will be like, wow, he looks like AI. I also think that at least 2 trainees will show their abs during a performance. At least one trainee will cry on the stairs and will say something like, I didn't want anyone to see me like this. I also believe a leader is going to have a really good edit after one of the members has anger management issues and can't accept that they got a small part in the performance. There is going to be more than one stage mishap, be it close or mic falling, but the difference will be in the judges' reaction. So if it's a Korean trainee, the judges are going to focus entirely on how they overcame that really small mishap, whereas if it's a C trainee or just a foreigner in the K group, they will say they didn't handle it properly, how it showed in their face, how they were not really professional, and they should do better, when they probably will react almost, if not the same way. A trainee will make it to the final lineup without having more than 2 official lines during performances. Mnet will push Woojin as their preferred main vocal, and it's not going to be just a tiny bit. Food truck will be given to a trainee that will be eliminated before the food truck can get delivered. And my final prediction is that the original songs that we're going to have are not going to be as good as Boys Planet's, the original one, because nothing will be better than On Guard, Over Me, or Jelly Pop. There's just no way to beat that. Those were my 50 predictions of what is going to happen in Boys to Planet Feel free to share what your predictions are, and let's watch this together to see if our predictions come true, or if all the predictions were wrong and none of them came true, and I'm just a terrible guesser and I cannot read the survival show that I have been making videos on for a while. So I guess we'll just have to wait to September and see